Hello Scorpio, it's Lorene from Insight Readings with your insights for the month of 20. I just would like to say thank you so much for your support, for your likes, for your views, and for your subscribes. That's such a gift to me, and it's free. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. With that said, I'm going to go straight into our reading. We know it's a general reading, and the reading will be changed up to the norm as usual. So I'm going to go straight into the reading and ask spirit guides, source, higher self and God, please to be present, to give me guidance, clarity, wisdom and understanding, to bring the messages for Scorpio's highest good, the messages that need to come out for even that one. Thank you. Thank you for enlightenment, Spirit. Amen. Okay, Scorpio, so I'm going to tell you a little story of what's happened here today. I have battled. It is now 1:15 from this morning to do this recording and have not been able to. I've just been blocked continually. If it wasn't the software package, it was something else. But regardless, so that is an omen for me that there's something that Scorpio feels. We are Mars at the moment at trining the sun, because this recording is done a little earlier than before, because I know it's going to be a hectic month for me. So I'm trying to be proactive. Like, it's almost like you're rearing to go ahead, full steam ahead, and yet the brakes are on so hard that you can't move. And that's the essence of this reading. So I want to know, by Spirit, what is the message for Scorpio for the month of 20? And we're going to start off with the messages from your animal spirit guides, Scorpio, and let's see where we go with that. And even this, it's just, everything is stuck. Rattlesnake. Okay, so I'm going to read that, and it says, the experiences that you presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. And possibly this is what this energy is, where it's difficult for the snake to shed their skin. They feel weak, they feel vulnerable, it takes time, they have to probably do a bit and then rest. But the snake has always been part of healing and shedding a skin as you go from one cycle into the next. So I'm going to read it here, and it says, the foundation for compassion is an awareness that suffering is a natural part of life, whether through the empathic appreciation of another being's pain or the experience of having suffered oneself, and which beings haven't yet felt the pain or sorrow that is an aspect of living on this planet. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that. It says, and which beings haven't at times felt the pain or sorrow that is an aspect of living on this planet. The deeper you go into the soul of another, the more you can feel what they feel. Yet, and here's the phone ringing again, unbelievable. Yet paradoxically, maintain a certain distance of objectivity. A true healer must heal from the heart, no matter what technological, logistical, physical, or shamanic tools they use. The experiences that you're going through now or have just completed are all a preparation for you to open your heart to the suffering around you and to do your part in alleviating it. You'll find that you're increasingly being asked to offer your time and energy to help heal others, including not only people, but also animals, plant beings, tree people, and ultimately our Earth Mother. Some of this healing power will also go to mend the rifts that exist between races, ethnicities, and other species. You'll notice more and more how often your hands will spontaneously feel energized, experiencing it as heat or tingling sensation. This is the power of Spirit working through you. Allow it to guide you in whatever the focus of your healing is, whether simply placing a hand on the shoulder of a friend or more extensively and directly involving yourself in another being's health. And the association with rattlesnake is initiation, healing, respect, transformation, resurrection, shedding, detachment, death and rebirth, sexuality, renewal, transmutation, clairsentience, agility, wisdom, creativity, and primal energy. How beautiful is that? As we go through the zigzag of life, whether it be difficult, toxic, painful, whatever it is, and I know that Scorpio are very in tune with nature and beauty and art and creativity, and they have that deeper knowledge and understanding of it, the occult as well. And there's this change in this part of your life. So I'm going to do the 7-card horseshoe spread and see. This is just for the month of November. And remember, if it doesn't resonate for you, it's not for you. Move on. Go to something else. Try your rising sign, your moon sign, your sun. This is the sun sign of Scorpio. I do find often that it does resonate because the sun is your spirit and your plot line in life, as we are learning in astrology. So yes, it does resonate very strongly most of the time, depending on where your placement is, obviously. Okay, so Queen of Moths. Okay, so here's taking action. I'm going to move that to the side. I hope you can see it. Yes, taking action in something. Queen of Moths is the queen that gets things done. She gets her hands dirty, she gets off her butt, and she gets moving. If something has to be done, she does it. And this is Mars. Mars in Aries for 6 months. Mars is your ruler. You've got that fire power, that drive, that courage, that will to move forward, like a moth drawn to the flame, basically. There's the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis now, being born, to just go vibrantly with that fire energy, move in the direction of where you want to go, whether it be internal or externally. It could also be somebody that you deal with. It is a general reading, and it would be a person that relates to fire, which is Aries, where Mars is, the sun in Leo. And we had the new moon in Leo on the 19th. In fact, the day I'm doing this reading, the new moon in Leo. So something new between that fire energy, and the other fire sign is, of course, Scorpio. Sagittarius. So the queen is a feminine energy, but it needn't be. It's more nurturing for me, and but she's confident. She relies on herself, very independent, and that could be your energies as well. So that's how you come into the month, working through the month. But I just knew it. The world, something significant. There's a closure, there's an ending. It's the last card in Major Arcana, card number 1. The world is stepping through that portal, leaving the past behind, 1 foot in the past, 1 in the future, as this new beginning starts. We see the sun here. With the clocks, the dials in there. So the alignment now of the universe is right for you to have victory. Here's the victory laurel on the globe, to have victory in something that has been significantly difficult. I mean, this is like the Olympic runner, and when he gets to the end of that race, he gets that achievement and that completion. He leaves the past of exhaustion and battle behind and steps into a future of relaxation and rest, something new. We have cherubs here, so it could be with regards to a relationship or a choice that is made. The world also could signify something to do with travel, and I know that that's not easy at the moment with what is happening in our world, but that is the possibility of the energies around the world card. But it is a significant change. It's a major arcana. You've gone from 0, the full, to the world. So something that's been really difficult. Future and there's celebration. So something you're going to be celebrating with family and friends, whether it was a graduation, possibly a study course, a traveling, visiting family, a victory over something that has been difficult, the way yet painful, and yet the snake sheds its skin and moves forward. Yes, celebration with family, friends, loved ones on an emotional aspect, your water energy, growth, celebration, happiness, abundance, and it's highlighted by the little flag line. And what is the message from Spirit in all of this? The Hermit, another major arcana, card number 9. You have been doing another snake energy here. There's definitely shedding of a skin here. The Hermit is card number 9, something that you've done alone. Absolutely stand alone. He goes in isolation, the Hermit, to find answers within. Even though the path that he travels alone is frightening or scary, he has that perspective to follow through, because he's Earth energy, it's Virgo energy, to follow through, to find what he's looking for, and he's guided by the Star of David here. He gets the wisdom, and we see on this, I hope that the focus is clear. Here's a web here, and there's a moth caught in it. Now, moth is fire energy, so somehow something has been caught in that web. That is fire energy that gives you that go to move on. And also by divine timing, it took a long time. Here's I think a butterfly caught in this web here. There are two things. Again, two things here. It could have been choices. It could have been two things that you completed, two things that have been difficult, 2 stages of life, 2 cycles that have been completed. But here's rebirth here. And on this wand here, we have topaz. Now that is the stone of Saturn. That blue color is the color of Saturn. I love the color. I love it. And in fact, I think I've got topaz on here as well. That blue color is Saturn, and Saturn takes time for things to happen. Time for things to happen. Yet, if you follow the rules of what Saturn wants, hard work, the reward is always there. So something that took detailed time, and Spirit is saying, you've done it alone, you've achieved it, you've received your information, it has been detailed, it has taken a while, it has brought healing and closure of a cycle, and Saturn played a huge part in this. What is hidden? What are you not aware of? There's the counterpart. This is change on the outside, okay? You've got the pair, the feminine as well as the outside. This is complete change in a mature way. The king is changes about outside. Yes, it can be a person as well. But it's change that is fast-paced, passion-orientated, regal, honorable, noble, and reaching. In a mature masculine energy, when we say masculine, it's active and being able to soar above. The moth is coming out of the chrysalis from within, the queen from within. The nurturing is complete. Here it is taken out to the outside. It's gone. It's flown off. Something brilliant is there with the rubies and the pearls. And yeah, we started with amethyst and pearls. Now you have rubies, pearls, and emeralds on the top. So really beautiful energy. It's the heart chakra. It's the base chakra. So beautiful energy. We had with intuition with the amethyst. There it is, that grounded, forceful energy of moving forward and having the complete yin and yang of whatever cycle has closed up, and you've found what you were looking for. There's that healing. To me, this feels like it could have been an internal journey. It doesn't feel like one specific thing. It could have been a relationship where there's renewal, absolute renewal. It could have been health, because the snake is also health, where there's been a difficult, but there's rejoicing and happiness and an ending of something that's been difficult. And wisdom with patience. The challenging part of this, the Queen of Bees. So yeah, you have clarity. The Queen of Bees is the bee. So it's stingy clarity. This is a metal heart. So it's like almost cold-hearted, but she's not cold-hearted. She can't mix passion, which is fire, with intellect. They don't go together. She's got to keep her heart out of something to make a decisive decision. So this is a decision or clarity that is found without putting the emotion in it. It's clear-cut, decisive action or decisions made within yourself. Again, it's a queen within yourself, and that's the challenge here. But you know, the diamond in here gives you that clarity, that hardness, that steely grit to overcome whatever it is. It could also be harsh words spoken. It could deal with somebody that could be quite harsh. It could be a legal person as well, contracts or something like that, because the Queen of Swords normally deals with contracts and spoken words and things like that. That is challenging as well. Or it could definitely be you have this decisive clarity. What is the outcome of this? And there you have the King of Beetles. So here's stability. Stability formed in a tangible way now. Maturing. There's a lot of people cards here, so you could be dealing with a lot of people in your life. Court cards are people cards. This is earthy energy. This is definitely Capricorn energy, you know, with the amber in here, and Capricorn is Saturn. Saturn makes us become strong. And you know, when you look at the beetle, it's one of the strongest little insects I think there is in the world, because of the weight that it can evidently carry on its back. I think is something like 10 times more than its own body weight, but it can carry that load. It's finances, its stability. Now, it also pertains to wealth, being a good businessman, being able to deal with business prospects, dealing with property possibly, dealing with family and having enough to take care of family, and this is difficult with what is happening now. But there's significant change, and you have King, Queen, King. So putting the passion action into it, having the clarity within, and then making the changes again in a stable, pentacle, grounded, earthy way, which is significant as well if it's not people you're dealing with. So for me, this reading is touching parts of one's life, and I can't pinpoint it to a specific situation, but something to do about dealing with people, counseling possibly with the hermit, getting advice, but going within for the advice, and then being able to give this in a clear-cut way, you know, with all the energies. This is what has been shed. This is the victory won. From starting here, nurturing within, there's this absolute growth without. I'm going to do another card, and I know this reading is a little bit longer than the others, but I want to just add this. It could be a relationship, it could be a partnership, it could be kindred spirits, it could be a proposal in a sense, but it's kindred spirit. It's two. They come together with the same vision, the same hope, the same idea. It's your Scorpio energy, fixed water, deep emotional energy. So it could definitely relate to a relationship with another, the other. So a spouse, a partner, a business partner. But you're on the same path. It could have been a heartbreak that caused a lot of pain here, because we have the 3 of bees here. So there's the heart with the sword through it. And bees are stingy, they're painful. There could have been conflict, and there's heartbreak within this relationship, but there's healing, something you've been battling to get clarity on, possibly, gone within. But yeah, it could have been with some king, with some person, because he has male and female, so either way. And you know, the challenge is to actually possibly cut them out and use your head, because if it's not going anywhere, and to finally set your goal for yourself in a more workable way, something that will bring reward, and after suffering something painful. It could be heartbreak in anything, but it is of a union. Yeah, and walking away, 8 of Dragonflies. So you've walked away from something that has been pretty painful, pretty taxing. If people can't treat one right, we needn't stay in that situation. Because you get Major Arcana, it's something that's gone on for a long time. And like I said, the snake, yes, it's healing, but it's also toxic energy. For me, it is. I mean, a snake is a poisonous thing. There's always the yin and yang to everything. So if something wasn't suiting you or wasn't there for you, 8 cups is a lot, but somehow intuitively you need to turn around and walk away. To make that decision, we have the hand here to go your own route, because intuitively there is something for you. There is something better. One needn't stay in an energy that is not serving you. There's a reason and a season for everything, and if this isn't the season or the reason for this relationship or union or partnership, then so be it. Find your peace elsewhere and your healing. There is always something better for one. So I want to just do the tree oracle. What is the message for Scorpio through this situation of heartbreak, of having to make this decisive decision, of finding enlightenment? And it says the elm. It's card, and you know what? There is something toxic here, because card is the devil card in tarot. But the elm is something beautiful. So I'm going to read that to you, and that's why there was this battle, absolute battle. So I know this is long, but bear with me, and you need the healing anyway. This is a gift to you, Scorpio. So the oracle says, the oracle for elm is, without animals you die of loneliness. Without ancestors you die rootless. Without us you die without a future. Wake up and listen. Wake up and speak out. The dying only hear their own voice, but the living sing in chorus. So let's read the whole reading, and it says the angelic being of elm radiates through the realm of communication and exchange. It is concerned with true and sincere communication, not the mindless mailings of the computer age or brief exchanges between members of peer groups, but communication that transcends barriers. In the morphogenic, I hope I've said that right, I've probably murdered the word, field of the elm, the Greek hero Orpheus plays his lyre for the animals. In the past, memorial services for the dead were often held beneath its leaves, and people, mystics, nature spirits, and their emissaries would all meet within its presence. A true meeting is only possible if all the participants are open-minded and respectful of each other. The elm encourages space for understanding, reconciliation, and empathy. It is associated with the green man, the powerful guardian of the forest, protector of all the forest's inhabitants. This figure strides through the woods, sometimes as a dwarf, sometimes as a giant. The elm, too, has an element of adventure and mischievousness. Most people regard it as mere coincidence that in the 20th century, just as communication technology was beginning to spread out on a wide scale, Dutch elm disease arrived to wipe out the majority of the world's elm trees. But each step forward in technology clouds human awareness that all these technological achievements are in fact a poor reflection of our true gifts in extrasensory perception, where the telephone becomes a substitute for telepathy. For example, today there are fewer meaningful discussions than ever before, because the magic of living communication is constantly being disrupted by mobile phones. Nobody is fully present anymore, but always half somewhere else. If we could just look each other in the eye again, the angel of Elm asks us to be rigorous in our relationship with the outside world. The world is a mirror, the outside is a reflection of the inside. Whereas with the blessing of Blackthorn, we can look within to recover aspects of ourselves that we have lost. With Elm, we can encounter other beings in the world around us. Elm's message sows the seed of sincerity. Meet all other beings as an aspect of yourself. If we truly learn its message, this angel, which still weeps for its dead trees, will bless us with tears of joy. The other side is of Elm, because there's always a yin and yang, is that without the Elm, we live in a world made cold with pride and selfishness, environmental destruction, materialism and greed, a world full of enemies and conflict and terrible loneliness. And is that not true? Really, is that not true? Both these were about environment and nature, and I know that Scorpio is so into that. My brother's a Scorpio. I have a friend that's a Scorpio. You know who you are if you listen to this. And nature is so important, and this is your message. I wish you all the best, Scorpio. I know you've had a tough time. In fact, we all have. We all have. Thank you for your messages, for your comments, and for your subscriptions and likes. I really appreciate it with all heart. Go well. Thank you.